Bad Company and the song Bad Company, and that was number one on the American album chart this week in 1974. More 70s hits to come and a chat with Toto member David Paich, all in the next hour. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. The senior Conservative backbencher Michael Gove has suggested that he might not vote for Liz Truss's tax plans when they're presented to Parliament. He said a cut for higher earners wasn't right and showed the wrong values. This morning, the Prime Minister insisted she was standing by her proposals, arguing that they would boost economic growth. Last week's mini-budget triggered turmoil on the markets and concern among some Conservative MPs. Our Deputy Political Editor Vicky Young is at the Tory Party conference in Birmingham.
Michael Gove's intervention is very significant. Not only has he been a very senior figure in government for very many years, but he is articulating in public what many Tory MPs are telling people like me in private. Now, of course, he's never been a fan of Liz Truss's, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of unhappiness.
The Conservative Party chairman has defended the Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng after a newspaper report claimed he'd discussed confidential plans for the economy with hedge fund managers at a party. Jake Berry said Mr Kwarteng hadn't shared any information at the private champagne reception that they'd both attended just hours after the mini-budget announcement. The Lib Dems have called for an inquiry. The authorities in Indonesia are investigating one of the deadliest football stadium disasters. Officials now say at least 125 people are confirmed to have died. Thousands of fans panicked and rushed for an exit after police fired tear gas at them when they ran onto the pitch. Resti Wara Yunia is from the South China Morning Post.
For Indonesians, it's common to see police use tear gas during large-scale protests, so they use this to calm down the supporters who invaded the pitch. Everybody, especially the human rights organization, have been criticizing the police, and they actually violate FIFA's own rules about not using tear gas inside the stadium.
Two men have been charged with assaulting a person who appeared to heckle Prince Andrew in Edinburgh last month. The incidents happened while he was walking behind Queen Elizabeth II's coffin through the city. A woman has died after falling from a yacht off the coast of the Isle of Wight. Rescue crews were called after she was reported in the water on Saturday afternoon. The woman was pulled from the sea and taken to shore, but was pronounced dead at the scene. Thousands of runners have crossed the finish line of the London Marathon. More than 40,000 people are taking part in the 26.2-mile course across the city. Earlier, Ethiopia's Yelamsa Fihalo and Kenya's Amos Kipruto won their maiden London Marathon titles with breakaway victories in the elite women's and men's races. Kipruto dedicated his success to his coach.
The race was really good and the weather was perfect. I really enjoyed and I did my best and I was ready. I was ready for it because the training I did, I'm really happy and my coach is happy and my training mates happy. So I'm lucky person today.
BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 4. Orna's here now with the traffic and travel news.
Nikki, thank you very much. And first of all to Glasgow. So it's looking better in Glasgow city centre. A little bit slow where the Woodside Viaduct works are near junction 15. And then on the M8, nearer towards Edinburgh really, junction 3A at Bathgate. It's slow in both directions though, at both sides because of a contraflow, but there is a big queue showing there. Then in Cumbria, the A66, it's roadworks causing delays near the Scotch Corner turn, so it's very slow. And then in Cheshire, the M56 is still closed until tomorrow morning. So that's on the eastbound side between 12 at Runcorn and 11 at Preston Brook, but the queue that starts on the eastbound side at junction 14 for Chester services. Leeds, you'll find some match traffic around the match underway in about half an hour, but quite a bit of traffic still out there on the M621 on the eastbound side between 1 and 3 and the A643. Staffordshire delays on the A449 Stafford Road southbound. That's from the M6 at junction 13 Stafford South, and northbound queues from 10 at Walsall to 11 at Cannock. That's slow after a police incident which has been finished now. It's over. The M4 in Berkshire, now that's closed until tomorrow morning between 12 at Thiel and 11 at Reading, so it's meant some queues along the A4. The London Marathon, lots of closures still in. The final ones won't be lifted until 7 o'clock, just to give you a timescale on that. I'll be back with your next update just after the news.